When somebody's involved in a motor vehicle accident, the first thing to do is check and make sure everyone's okay in your vehicle. First thing. So if you have passengers, turn, look, make sure that they're breathing, make sure that they're at least not in excruciating pain. The second thing is call the cops, call the police. Make sure that they're made aware that you were involved in a motor vehicle accident. From there, I would get out, check other parties, make sure that they're okay, make sure that there's no bystanders that were injured as a result of the accident. If you're feeling up to it, the next most important thing is to take photographs of the damage to your vehicle, if any, or damage to other property, such as a barricade or a curb or anything like that, because that becomes important later on. Because as we know, insurance companies aren't going to take you for your word. You need to have actual evidence, actual photographs, phone calls with the police officer, etc., to sort of build your case to prove to the insurance company, who undoubtedly is not going to believe you. From there, of course, make sure you contact your loved ones and make sure that they understand that you're okay, if you are, or make sure that they understand that I was injured, or I'm not injured, or I'm going to this hospital, etc. Inevitably, an ambulance will show up to the scene, and just be open with them. In other words, don't try to be a tough person. That's not the time to be a tough guy. That's when you need to be open and honest about whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling pain, tell them that you're feeling pain. If you're not feeling pain, then don't tell them you're feeling pain. But don't try to be a tough guy. And then if the ambulance offers you a ride to the hospital, again, it's a person-by-person choice. But in my experience, I would do it, because you have professionals who are overseeing you during that ride. You know, whether it's your vitals or it's making sure that you don't shake around too much in the vehicle. And then from there, make sure that you're represented, and make sure that you do not talk to your insurance company without being represented. Make sure you don't sign any documents unless you're represented by counsel. Because again, the insurance companies, they're not trying to get you to sign that for your own benefit. They're trying to get you to sign it for their benefit. So from there, I would retain counsel, because that's when you're going to start getting calls from insurance companies to ask you to sign things, to ask you to commit to things, to ask you to agree to things. And I've seen it recently where they're trying to hold a verbal agreement as a contract. That's happening. I think it's a relatively new tactic. But when they tell you this line is recorded, do you think that's for your benefit? No. It's for theirs, so that they can later say, well, you agreed to that, X amount of money settlement. Don't you remember when you were getting ambulanced, when your neck was in a brace? Don't you remember that? And of course you don't. But they use that against you later on in a potential lawsuit. So at some point between impact and getting released from the hospital, it's my opinion, sometime in between those two, you should call a lawyer. For no reason other than you're going to get misled by the insurance company. They're going to try to get you to sign something or say something that will be used against your interest at a later point.